My name is Igor Andonovsky. I'm CEO of Nexens. Our team in Nexens works in all around the world in digital transformation of the parliament and government. And today we're going to discuss how we're going to use the ICT in legislative processes within the parliament and government. Modern parliaments have increased tendency of using ICT as an essential tool for support their work. Today, ICT has become sophisticated and flexible enough to support and assist the legislative bodies in their most important responsibilities, making laws and communication with the citizens. The potential of the IT to enhance the parliamentary business is now more than evident than even before. And in order to empower the members of the parliament or any kind of stakeholder and to increase the efficiency, it is necessary to improve the legislative administrative processes from paper to paperless. The objective is not only to employ new technologies, but it's very important to integrate those technologies into existing rules of procedures, or even to impose new procedures that will lead to the digital transformation of the parliament. In parliaments, one of the main drivers in the process of digital transformation is to achieve efficient, secure, fully digital, cost-effective, and of course, digital access and online services towards the citizens. What is the customer demand? The customer demand is that those systems must cover the whole legislative lifecycle, including beginning from the bill initiation, amendment, preparation, holding the committee meetings, plenary sittings, parliamentary questions, amendments, work of the parliamentary secretariat, and of course, the work of the MPs. In other words, to integrate the planning, the drafting, enacting, and monitoring the bills into a single legislative management system. By our experience, the online access to contextual information to everybody involved in the legislative or government processes will lead to the faster decision making and will enable the instant access to information to anyone, anywhere, and on any device. Additionally, the new global developments are posing the need of the fully remote access of the MPs and or all of the parliamentary employees to the parliamentary process and documents. The pandemic, COVID-19, and the increased need to work remotely has quickly raised the adoption of so-called meeting management solution. Government legislative management platform is consisted of three pillars that cover the full legislative ecosystem in one country. The e-cabinet covers the multiple government organizations and institutions in a process which orchestrates the drafting of the government decision making. Transform the preparation. That system transforms the preparation and execution of government decisions. Facilitates the whole process of planning, drafting the government decisions, process of internal approval within that government institutions, interministerial cooperation between the ministries, between the government agencies, and the final government decision-making within the central government, the committee meetings, and of course, the Council of Ministers meetings. The second pillar is the legislation process within the parliament. The parliament covers the whole legislation process within the parliament, from the initiation of the bill to the decisions of the plenary sessions, plenary meetings, plenary sessions, and includes the process of preparation, approval, and submission of bills, the whole management of the committee meetings, from the drafting the agenda to the inviting the participant on those committee meetings, the process of managing the committee meeting, and post-committee meeting processes like drafting the minutes, resolutions, reports for every bill that was on agenda. The e-parliament fully automates the work of the MPs, the Secretary General, the Speaker of the Parliament, the whole process of collaboration between the MPs and the political factions, parliamentary factions, and of course, in the whole process is driven by the parliamentary professional staff and experts. The third pillar is the legislation database, which organizes the enacted bills, promulgated bills, and making the cornerstone, the milestone for the next changes of the legislation. On the top of those pillars, every country needs additional nationwide strategic planning, integrated management, and monitoring of the reporting of the progress of national legislation. The whole process of harmonization of the national legislation with the supranational organization or unions, monitoring the bilateral, multilateral programs, which with the end of the day are resulting in a change of the national legislation. Today we're gonna focus on the e-parliament, and Next e-parliament is a vertical solution which is tailored specifically for the parliaments in order to achieve 100% compliance with the parliamentary rules of procedure. This solution is built from the scratch. It's a fully vertical solution for the parliament, which covering the whole process of making the laws within the parliament. The system supports all parliamentary objects that facilitate the legislative work within the parliament, including the legislative procedure, the process of drafting and enacting the ordinary laws, organic law, constitutional laws, any kind of bill or act which is by the rules of procedure part of the legislative business of the parliament. The whole process of plenary sittings, the whole process of preparation of the agenda, invitation of the MPs, approval of the agenda, of course, invitation of the MPs, the whole management of the on the parliamentary sitting, and the process of preparation of the minutes or Hansard after the plenary sittings. Of course, the system supports parliamentary working bodies, committees, standing or ad hoc committees, and the whole work of those members and the professional staff working in the committees. The system additionally have the process of integration with the different channels like parliamentary web portals, mobile web apps, or any kind of external system which will consume information produced in the e-parliament system. The system includes automatic publishing on every important information in real time. So the system will automatically publish the change of any bill, any agenda, any conclusion, transcript, report, all voting results on a public web portal as soon as that situation happens. Additionally, the system have complete automatization of the MP's bio by compiling the data from all activities of the MPs, from the debates, votings, proposal, amendment. So everything which is published on the web portal is automatically driven by the information produced in the e-parliament. In every step, the system involves e-participation. In every step, the system involves inclusion of the citizens through the open data portal or mobile apps. All government management platform products includes remote participation of the participants, debate management, e-voting, which is secure, reliable, because it's using a digital signing on every casted vote. The results of the voting are open to independent verification and can be easily accessible to every concerned party. The system allows transparent audio-video communication that can be used by all the participants with using their own remote computers on remote locations. And with that, the system allows live conversation and fully access to agenda and participation in an online meeting. So on the top of the e-parliament, the system have the possibility to manage so-called fully online or hybrid meetings, which means that the system will have possibility to include in a plenary sitting or committee meeting, beside the person, the MPs, which are in the chamber, to include remote users, which are not part of which are not within the parliamentary building. The system have the meeting agenda management, covers the whole life cycle of the meeting, including the preparation, organization, scheduling, invitation to the participant, rescheduling, interrupting, recording, tracking of attendance, and of course closing on the meeting, all in one place. The agenda management empowers the user to prepare the meeting agenda, they have possibility to create the meeting agenda items from the existing, or to create ad hoc meeting agenda items. The meeting agenda item is not some simple title within the agenda. It's the link with the complete bill with all necessary information, including the documents, reports from the previous meetings, the voting results, list of amendments, all of those depending on the stage in which that bill is, from the second reading, the first reading, or whatever. Additionally, the system have the complete debate management, combine the process of debating of our MPs which are in the chamber, including the MPs which are remote. So the full control of the addresses, speeches, debates. Every user has possibility to apply for the speech, to propose agenda, to propose the agenda item, to reply, to address the podium, to engage in some procedural issues, to ask a question, or to submit some proposal, or to submit some amendment. The system allows the speech duration automatically, speech duration of the meeting participants based on the rules of procedure. Usually within the parliaments, the number of addresses depends on the type of the participant. Is it MP? Is it the majority whip or some representative of the political faction? Is it the proposer of that bill? Or is it guest from government, for instance? And based on those rules, the system automatically predefines the speech duration and the priority within the list of the. Additionally, the system have the fully complete e-voting subsystem, in which the system have possibility to check the quorum before the starting the voting procedure, which is very important because of some type of the meeting agenda items have to have the different voting majority types. For instance, simple majority, absolute majority, or constitutional majority, which the type of the agenda item defines. The system automatically check the quorum and combine the members which are present in chamber and the members which are outside the building. The entire process of electronic voting includes using the electronic signatures and high security solutions, which vouch that my voting will be recorded as casted and also will be counted as recorded. In every step, if it is open vote, of course, the system has possibility to double check is it counted right. Final but not the least, is the online presence and participation. In a couple of occasions, I mentioned that the system have the online presence and participation. It's very important to note that the system have embedded audio video capabilities in order to include the remote participation and the management of the whole process for debating and e-voting of all participants during the remote location without the physical presence. The system has possibility to mute or unmute the mic for every participant, to have possibility to include the audio and video capabilities, and of course there's a possibility to achieve the language interpretation, multiple audio channels, all necessary functions to achieve full meeting participation, even remote. This meeting participation is one of the most important things because, as I mentioned before, during the pandemic, there's a lot of problems with the quorums of the MPs during the plenary sittings or committee meetings. The quorum was one of the most critical issues when the only part of the MPs were enabled to access the building and to actively participate on the decision making. We in Nexans, we truly believe that implementation of this kind of system can lead to improving the parliamentary effectiveness and fulfilling the needs of the citizens. In the same time, we believe that this kind of system will enable transparent citizen access to every information which is produced within the parliament, and even to include actively to include the civic society in the lawmaking process. Thank you.